The sun had barely risen, casting a soft glow through the kitchen window. Yet there she was, rushing out the door, her mind already racing with the day's endless to-do list. In her haste, she skipped breakfast, convinced that a few extra minutes of sleep were worth the sacrifice. Little did she know, this seemingly harmless decision would set off a chain reaction that would reverberate throughout her day and beyond. Skipping breakfast is more than just missing a meal. It can significantly impact metabolism. The body, when deprived of food after a long night of fasting, enters a state of energy conservation. Metabolism slows down as the body tries to preserve its energy reserves. This slowed metabolism can lead to weight gain over time, as the body becomes less efficient at burning calories. The consequences are not merely physical. The mental fog that enveloped her as she rushed out the door was a direct result of her brain being deprived of the fuel it craved. Without breakfast, her body was not only running on empty, but also craving sustenance. The choices she made for lunch were far from ideal. Instead of reaching for a healthy salad or a balanced meal, she found herself gravitating toward quick, processed options, perhaps a sugary pastry or a greasy sandwich. This pattern of poor food choices is common among those who skip breakfast. The body, in its desperate search for energy, often craves high-calorie, high-sugar foods, leading to a vicious cycle of overeating later in the day. As the hours passed, she felt her energy levels plummet. The initial rush of adrenaline that had propelled her through the morning began to fade, leaving her feeling exhausted and irritable. This decline in energy was not just physical. It affected her cognitive function as well. Studies have shown that skipping breakfast can impair concentration, memory, and overall cognitive performance. Tasks that required focus became increasingly difficult, and her productivity suffered. The once clear thoughts were now muddied, and she struggled to recall simple details. The neglect of breakfast also carries long-term health risks. Research has linked skipping this crucial meal to an increased risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. The body's response to fasting can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Additionally, the stress of skipping meals can elevate cortisol levels, which is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular problems. Over time, these health issues can contribute to premature aging, both physically and mentally. The energy and vitality that once characterized her youth began to wane, replaced by fatigue and a sense of sluggishness. As the day wore on, she couldn't ignore the toll that skipping breakfast had taken. The lethargy, the poor food choices, the mental fog, it all compounded into a feeling of dissatisfaction. She realized that a simple act of neglecting breakfast had far-reaching consequences on her health and well-being. It was a wake-up call, a moment of clarity that prompted her to rethink her approach to mornings. Determined to make a change, she began exploring nutritious breakfast options that could sustain her energy levels and enhance her overall well-being. She discovered the power of whole grains, like oatmeal and whole grain toast, which provide a steady release of energy throughout the morning. Adding fresh fruits, such as berries or bananas, not only satisfied her sweet tooth, but also packed a punch of vitamins and antioxidants. Protein became her ally as well. Greek yogurt, eggs, and nut butters offered the essential building blocks for muscle repair and energy. She learned that incorporating healthy fats, such as avocado or chia seeds, contributed to satiety, keeping her feeling full and satisfied until lunchtime. Smoothies became a favorite, allowing her to blend a variety of nutrients into one convenient meal. Spinach, kale, and protein powder mixed with almond milk created a delicious concoction that fueled her body and mind. With each nutritious breakfast she prepared, she felt a renewed sense of vitality. The sluggishness that once clouded her mornings began to lift, replaced by clarity and focus. Her food choices throughout the day improved, as she found herself gravitating toward healthier options, no longer driven by insatiable cravings. The positive effects rippled through her life, enhancing her productivity at work and her interactions with family and friends. As she reflected on her journey, she realized the profound importance of starting each day with a balanced meal. Breakfast was not just a meal, It was a foundation for a healthier lifestyle. It set the tone for her day, influencing her energy levels, food choices, and mental clarity. The simple act of nourishing her body in the morning had transformed her life in ways she had never imagined. In conclusion, the consequences of skipping breakfast extend far beyond a mere missed meal. It affects metabolism, food choices, cognitive function, and overall health, leading to a cycle of poor decisions and increased risk of chronic diseases. By embracing the importance of breakfast and incorporating nutritious options into her morning routine, she not only improved her well-being, but also took a significant step towards a healthier lifestyle. As the sun rises each day, let it be a reminder to nourish your body with a balanced meal, setting the stage for a day filled with energy, clarity, and vitality.